Bienvenue tous. Welcome to In the Papers, our international press review today with Angela Yeo. Angela, where are you going to take us?
Well, of course, the Pennsylvania primaries in the US today. Hillary Clinton getting a big win there. There's talk of Hillary Clinton surviving another day, but there's still very much a cautionary tone in the US press about her victory and what this means for the ongoing fight between Barak Obama and Hillary Clinton for the Democratic nomination for the presidential vote later this year. Now, we go first to the Los Angeles Times, which the language is not very encouraging. It says that Clinton's Pennsylvania victory doesn't do much for her odds. Political scientists there saying that she still faces an uphill climb, and the ongoing fight for the Democratic voters, Democratic nomination, is increasingly bitter and divisive. Now, that division is only emphasised by exit polls and interviews in this next article from the Boston Globe, which looks at the divisions that appeared in previous primaries that have reappeared in Pennsylvania, with older rural and Catholic voters mainly going for Clinton, while young, new and black voters leaning towards Obama. Now, these divisions are, of course, looking to be damaging the Democratic camp, and that leads me to my next article, which is the New York Times, which actually backed Clinton at the start of this year, but now blasts her for her negative campaigning and accuses her of basically staying on the attack, turning off voters, and the debate should be a whole lot more nuanced, and Clinton should be calling off her dogs.
The thing that kind of struck me about those three articles is the lack of imagination that American headline writers seem to have. They're not very snappy, are they, the headlines they have? I mean, Low Road to Victory is not bad, but the others, very cumbersome. What's next?
Well, what's next is looking at the Jewish vote in Pennsylvania, because it's a state with a relatively big Jewish population, and the new US president is, of course, going to be, their stance on Israel is going to be important for US foreign policy in the Middle East. And so we go to the Jerusalem Post, which is an Israeli newspaper that looks at how Clinton had a heavyweight on her side in this vote. The governor of Pennsylvania, Ed Rendell, is of Jewish background, and he threw his weight behind Clinton for this primary, saying that her record on Israel was wonderful, and that she should sweep the Jewish vote. But this next article from the Huffington Post, an online news website, says that doesn't seem to have been the case. According to exit polls, the Jewish vote looks to have been split fairly evenly, so the damage done by someone associated with Barack Obama, his pastor, who made a lot of anti-Semitic comments, it seems that hasn't hurt him as much as expected.
Okay, and apparently some people still having problems with his name.
That's right. Barack
What's
Obama.
the problem with his name?
The problem with his name, he is getting a lot of support from voters that he didn't used to before, but perhaps not enough for everyone to know how to spell his name. This article from the Centre Daily Times in Pennsylvania, it's a college paper from Pennsylvania State University, that reports that despite the time and money that Obama spent on the state of Pennsylvania, there was one county that didn't manage to get his name spelt right on the ballot paper. They spelt it B-A-R-A-K instead of dropping off the C at the end.
Yeah, what's the C between friends? I don't know. That's a funny one, isn't it? There was always this big issue about, is it Obama or Obama, or, I mean, obviously that's kind of been sorted,
Barak,
I suppose, and there you go. But I suppose dropping his C is quite a big issue there. But of course, when he was a young lad, he was called Barry, wasn't he? I remember reading something about his school days, and nobody knew he was called Barak. They all thought he was called Barry.
It is an unusual name. It set him apart when he was a child, and it seems to be certainly setting him apart.
You will be forever Angela. Thank you very much for joining us. You're watching France 24. This has been our international press review. Stay with us. Sorry.